I never thought silence could erase a man, but it did. Slowly, quietly, completely. My name is Ryan. By all accounts, I thought I was a good husband. I worked hard. I listened. I stayed loyal. I truly believed that love meant patience, that it meant weathering the small storms to keep the peace. That belief, I learned, almost destroyed me. In the beginning, my wife, Emma, seemed to love my calm nature. She'd often say things like, "I love that you don't argue. You make me feel so safe." Looking back, I realized what she really meant was, I was easy to control. It started with small things, almost unnoticeable. If I disagreed with her on a minor point, she would smile that disarming smile and say, "Oh, let's not fight about it. You're just being too sensitive." If I tried to explain my point of view, she'd sigh dramatically. "Why do you have to take everything so personally?" So, to keep the peace, I stopped explaining. When she got angry, I learned to stay quiet. When her words had a sharp, mocking edge, I'd just laugh it off. When she blamed me for things that weren't my fault, I would apologize. I did it because I thought silence was a form of strength, a way to show my commitment. But silence, I discovered, can also look like permission. Slowly, the respect began to fade away. She started correcting me in front of our friends and family. "Oh, my husband doesn't really understand these things. He's just not very practical, you know? You know how he is." Our friends would laugh, and I would smile right along with them. But inside, something small and vital cracked every single time. At home, it was worse. The way she spoke to me felt like I was constantly failing. If dinner was a little late, it was, "What did you even do all day?" If I came home from work exhausted, it was, "You're always tired." Other men work much harder than you. And the one that really stung, the one she used whenever I tried to share how I was feeling, she'd interrupt and say, "Stop acting like such a victim." That sentence started to follow me everywhere. It echoed in my head. I began to question my own reality. Maybe I was weak. Maybe I was just being dramatic. So I pushed all my feelings down, burying them deep inside where no one, not even myself, could see them. Weeks turned into months, and months bled into years. I stopped talking as much. I stopped laughing from the heart. I stopped recognizing the person I saw in the mirror. One night, I just stared at my reflection, and I barely knew the man looking back. His eyes were empty. His shoulders were permanently slumped, as if carrying an invisible weight. My own voice had become quiet, a whisper, even when I was alone. The breaking point didn't come with a shout, but with a laugh. We were at a friend's house for dinner. Someone asked Emma, jokingly, "So, who's the real boss at home?" She laughed, a loud, confident sound, and said, "Obviously me. He wouldn't survive a day without me." The whole table erupted in laughter. Everyone laughed except for me. In that moment, something inside me just refused to stay silent any longer. It wasn't anger. It wasn't rage. It was pure, unfiltered exhaustion. Later that night, at home, she noticed my unusual quietness. "What's wrong with you now?" she asked, her voice laced with annoyance. I looked at her, and for the first time, I spoke my truth calmly and clearly. "I don't feel respected by you anymore." She just rolled her eyes. "Oh, there you go again. Always making things so serious." And that was it. That was the moment that changed everything. I realized she didn't just misunderstand me. She didn't care to understand. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't list all the times she'd hurt me. You simply said I stayed silent because I loved you. But my silence shouldn't cost me my self-respect. She laughed softly, a little chuckle of disbelief. "You're just over. This is who I am." And suddenly, everything became crystal clear. Love should not make you smaller. A partnership should not erase your identity. And silence should never, ever be the price you pay for peace. That night, I packed a small bag, not because I hated her, but because, for the first time in a very long time, I was choosing myself. As I walked towards the door, she called out, "You'll be back." I turned, looked at her one last time, and replied, maybe, but not as the man you could walk all over. Walking out into the cool night air, I felt something warm spread through my chest. It wasn't happiness, not yet. It was dignity. And sometimes, that's exactly where healing begins. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, please consider sharing it. You never know who might need to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that matter.